Hi, I'm Angela Ambrosia, and welcome to the next in our series of Shame-Free Love. So, I'm talking about specifically today the body and sex. And everybody loves to think about sex, but we're not really good at talking about it. So, I'm going to address one of the things that stops us from talking about it, which is shame, the shame that we carry in our bodies and in our culture about sex, intimacy, and our body being basically almost an enemy of our soul or an enemy of enjoying being here in the body. So it's kind of a conflict that you probably would have experienced. Can you have enough of a good thing? Can you have more sex and actually keep it going, or keep the joy of the sex going? Can you actually enjoy yourself and not have some other part of the relationship compromised, or in some ways not as good as the intimacy? Or in the reverse, can you have a relationship that's really good but the sexual side is not really functioning? So at any time that you have imbalance basically in the pleasure of the relationship, it's always a good time to see whether it's something that you're carrying in the body, the emotions, or the thoughts. And we also look at the spiritual level of being as well, which is the soul. So you don't need to have to access the soul or go into a past life session or anything. All you need to do is begin to engage and dance with your body. So I'm going to just talk about why do we carry things in our bodies when perhaps there might be something that's out of balance at the spiritual level. So the body is in some ways chosen in life to meet the needs of the soul. And for example, if you've had a life where you've had a lot of pleasure with your body, but there was a big judgment about that pleasure, or maybe you didn't have pleasure, you were abstaining from pleasure for some oath that you made, then there could be a judgment about that. It doesn't matter what the judgment is. Each life that you have a particular body, it's there to experience more of what the soul wishes to explore. And of course, because we're human, we want to have a good time. And the body is one of the best vehicles in the world to have a good time. And you can just eat and have a good time, or you can just smell and have a good time, or you can just feel your skin and have a good time. So intimacy and sexual intimacy is a really good place to have a good time. But there is a lot of judgment in our culture over thousands of years that has been embedded in the body. And this is where we're at right now with intimacy, where we see extreme things on our television screens about physical intimacy, nudity, sexuality, really in our faces. Nothing's really hidden or private anymore. And in some ways, intimacy has become something we talk about publicly, but we actually don't know how to have a private space with it, or to have a self-exploration with it, to talk about what feels good. And if you're a woman, you're lucky because you're more likely to talk about this stuff with your girlfriends. But in terms of male and female relationships, there's not really a lot of context to discuss and share and explore. So sexuality is still a very unconscious place, a non-verbalized place. And when things are not verbalized, they remain in the unconscious. So I'm not saying that we all have to go out and talk about how we feel about sex. The first conversation is with yourself. So the most important love story of all is yours, and the most important way to connect to your body is to actually talk to it. So the meditation part of the video is going to be in the latter part of the video, and we're going to talk to your body. Now, some people might think this is a bit, why would you talk to your body? Because if you don't, it remains unconscious, and your body is just on a program that's been operating from your parents, maybe your grandparents, and who wants to make love like their grandparents? This is about moving beyond shame. If you keep on carrying things in your body that are from some other culture's definition of your body, and you don't bring conscious awareness to it, even just asking a few questions, you're going to keep on living the story of your ancestors. So beyond shame, shame-free love, sex beyond shame, is actually starting a dialogue with your body. That's the first step. That's all you have to do. I'm not saying touch yourself or look at yourself in the mirror. They're nice things to do. I'm just saying, wow, what do I want to really feel in my body? What did you come here to experience with your body? What is your body really desiring to experience? What could I do right now that would just make my body feel alive or passionate or just comfortable? These are those important questions that get thrown out the window because our society is so fast and expecting immediate results. Or if you're performing sexually, it's like, hey, what's going on here? You know, you can't get it up, you can't perform. You're not thin enough, you're not that enough, you're not sexy enough, you don't look like the pictures in the magazines, you don't have that feeling that they see in the movies. People are so visually stimulated from outside appearances that they can't actually connect to what's going on inside. So the importance of you communicating with your body to have sex beyond shame is more important these days than ever before. Think about your grandparents. I don't like to talk about grandparents having intimacy, but think about how they might have had it, and it's not the way you want to continue. You want to create a new way of enjoying the body and having shame-free love. Having love that actually begins to say, this is who I am, and I'm liking it. So it's very hard in a culture as well to say, I like myself, if the culture in general has been programmed to be basically self-demeaning, or don't put yourself out there too much, or if you put yourself out there, then what do you want? What are you looking for? The truth is that everybody's just looking for love, or to be loved, or to give love. Love is a function of that. You give it, or you want to be loved, you want to receive it. And both sides are necessary to balance love. If you're only giving, you're not going to really enjoy. If you're only being loved, you're not going to really experience the reciprocity or a sense of connection, because connection comes from giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And that's really where people are at these days. People are stuck in their homes with their social media devices, or somewhere in public with their social media devices, and they're really looking for more of an interaction, or their bodies are craving something more visceral, and it's not really being given to them. So then sex becomes one place where you start to shove all of your expectations about, now this person's got to be my intimate epicenter. Everything I'm going to expose is going to be with this person. There's this incredible pressure and a concept and a lie, basically, that true intimate sex has to be where you actually bond and cement and have this orgasmic connection with someone. And in truth, orgasmic connection only develops when you're emotionally a lot more awake or in tune with what's going on inside here. So this concept that somehow deep, lasting love is going to happen with someone else, it's actually only accessible the more you begin to claim what it is that you wish to create in love. So as a love and relationship coach, I get people to spend a lot of time on their imagination and their love story, and visualizing what it could feel like, what it could be like, how that person would touch me, how I would feel in their arms, or what they would say that would truly motivate me to feel love. And that's an important feature. If we're not spending that imagination, romantic time, building the possibility of feeling deeper connection within ourselves, how are you supposed to share that with someone else? So one of the things that I've discovered in creating this ultimate love vision with clients is that we're really good at editing. We're really good at leaving out the good stuff because it's like too good to be true. There's that belief. And this constitutes a lot of what shame holds us back from. Somehow, if you live in a shameful body or a body that doesn't ask too much because we don't want to go there, it's going to be safer than stepping into the largest self or the larger love that you wish to step into, or which I call the reservoir of love. A reservoir of love is limitless. It's constantly being regenerated. It connects you to higher love, divine love, if you want to call it that. It connects you to a place of love where love is truly able to show you if something's hurt, I can find a way to heal it. Or if something's shameful, I can find a way to just accept it the way it is. You don't have to wash shame away. It's not something that can be, you can get a hair conditioner and brighten up your hairstyle for the day. Shame is something that's come down from your ancestors. So it's something you've got to really just say, it's not mine. I've inherited it. I've lived in a culture that kind of capitalizes on it and my fear of that. So therefore I have to buy more stuff to feel good, or I have to feel more socially connected to feel connected. And shame-free love really does say, if I didn't listen to anybody else and just went into my body and what I wanted and what I wanted to feel, what would I do? Most of you might not have an answer. Some of you might say, I would, you've got it all mapped out. So the first thing I'm going to offer you in the meditation part is to just discuss that with your body. Because we're very quick to come from the mind about, I could speak like this or I could do this. And again, when we're creating and claiming a shame-free body of love, there is a space where you need to really, really drop into the body itself. The body has been so ignored because of society washing over it and saying this is what we expect your body to be, and insist, and if you're not that, we're going to label you as bad or shameful or something we don't want in society, therefore we'll lock you up or call you a something or other. And those labels are wearing thin. We're tired of that. And we also don't want sexuality in general that is exploitative, takes advantage of women, takes advantage of young people. We don't want to promote sex that isn't able to truly allow the person to be respected. So respect and sexuality is truly not a conversation in our culture that we actually have created. We've created a lot about, say, claiming safety or about not violating and not creating abuse, but we actually don't know what to do in place of that. And this is the other reason I say it's so important for you to claim a body that is free of any concepts of society. It's beyond shame. It's beyond what you may think is your shame. And I'm again reminding you it's not. It's been handed down. And you've been born into it, basically. So I can sit here and say, oh, it's very easy to get rid of shame. Just think about a new way of being in your body. And you might say, is it that easy? And I'm going to be honest and say, for some people who've experienced trauma, it isn't easy. But being in the body was not meant to be an easy thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here on earth to experience the body. You would be, if you wanted something that was just a walk in the park, you wouldn't be in the physical body. The physical body is a very dense experience. It's very tactile. It's very visceral. And it's meant to be something that's processed and experienced. And if you have true intimacy, the juice of the intimacy is something that it gives you something to work on and actually keeps you with the person. Even difficult things, even things that are not comfortable, but through that discomfort, you learn to accept more of who you are, perhaps, and speak up and verbalize. And we're going to look at verbalizing beyond shame in one of the other episodes about shame-free love. So with the body, unless you actually begin to claim what you're desiring to experience, it's very difficult in a relationship to actually say, hey, we could go a different direction. We could perhaps bring more of this into the relationship, or I have zero toleration for that. I cannot experience that, so you must help me or work with me, or we'll have to rearrange our relationship and the way it operates. So a person with more trauma is going to have to actually insist more on that new body that they claim. And I will also say that unless you have a connection to your higher self or a connection to a part of yourself that is beyond shame, that is so much more than shame, that shame in some ways can't even be yours, really. It's something that you've experienced perhaps because you've been born into it in this culture. But unless you have an experience of that higher self to help you go beyond shame, it's a very hard path. And in my experience, I needed to connect to a lot more of a spiritual sense of connection in my body, and also a divine love that made my body feel connected to something much bigger than my physical body, and able to really enjoy how sacred this body is, that's able to experience life and able to touch people and feel people and talk and share with people and enjoy them. So this was the part of myself which, when I was more shameful, a lot more shameful about my body, I was obese as a child and growing up right up until my mid-20s. And I had a lot of fear and shame about who I was, let alone my weight. That was just an example of how repulsive I felt in the world. And many people actually, when they met me when I was younger, didn't realize I had extra weight on me. But I had such a bad opinion of myself that I just thought that they would reject me or feel that negative sense that I already was convinced about in myself. And that lasted for quite a long time in my life. So I had to attach to a new self. And only by doing that did I then step into the work that I do now, which is creating that love story. Because the power of stepping into that new self literally pulled me out of depression, out of deep self-hatred, and also helped me lose weight. And of course I put the effort in, but even the concept that I could have a different body had to come from somewhere outside and beyond the shame. So, in the dance with shame, there are many moments that you may need to see the aspects of yourself that you're shameful of. And when they come, the condition that they come and they be seen by you is that you be able to see any aspects of yourself that may be just not what you quite like. You just might think, yuck, or I don't like that part of myself. There is an embrace for yourself that is so helpful. I cannot begin to explain it. Some of you may need a friend, a help person, a coach, whatever, to support you in that journey, to just having the embrace to accept yourself. But you can do it for yourself. I do a lot of work with these videos to connect to our heart center and connect to that part of ourselves that is beyond our body. But the first part of that relationship is in the physical body. It is in the heart center, and it is in that part of you that wants to be beyond any limitations, but within the physical body. So we're going to do the meditation right now and ask about those parts of you that you truly came to experience, especially in this beautiful physical body. So for those of you who are perhaps new to talking to your body, we're going to give you an image or a sense of that physical body. So some of us are visual, some of us are sense-based or kinesthetic or body types like myself, and some of us are more auditory or word-based. So closing the eyes right now, we're going to have a word, image, or a feeling in your body maybe, for how you can talk to your body. And it could be just body, the word body, talking to your body. So as you close your eyes, begin that conversation and find that way that you can relate to the body, whether it be an image, a picture of your ideal body, or a sense of your body when you're completely relaxed and at one with it, or just happy. So it could be a picture of you satisfied. And as you feel that sense or image, just ask the best word or way to connect to your body quickly. So if you had to have a conversation with it while you're getting ready for work or going to sleep tonight, how could you connect to your body quickly with a word or a thought or image or feeling? And then as you make that connection and ask for that connection to your body, give thanks to your body for being there for you, even those times when you were maybe not so happy with your body or not so happy about being in the body. So express that gratitude now. You can put your hands on the heart center or just take some breaths to really deeply feel that gratitude for the body. So in these meditations, I use the golden light to allow you to connect to that higher intelligence or divine intelligence that shows you how to build a better relationship with everyone, including yourself. So today we're just asking for that golden light to come into the heart center. You can have the hands there or not, it doesn't matter. Just feel the golden light in the heart center and ask for that better relationship to begin now with your body. And from that golden light in the center of the heart, you can actually see it reach down the very center of your body, all the way down the feet. So it's almost like that warm golden energy fills up the entire center of your body, all the way down to your feet, from the heart center. And that golden light is going anywhere that needs more light, or maybe needs to be free of anything, including shame or any other judgments or fears, anything. Just allow the light to fill up any parts of your body below that heart center. And so now as you breathe in, you're going to allow the light to radiate from the heart center all the way up the body. So out through the arms, all the way up to the neck, face, top of the crown. So notice the difference between that lower body below the heart center and now when you feel the golden light radiate up into the upper body, your arms, your face, neck, and the brain, and even above the brain and the crown of the head. Take some time to truly breathe in that light into the body. So now we're going to ask for our upper and lower body to be united in the light. Become one in that golden light. So you're breathing into the heart center and you exhale and you see the light radiating out to the entire physical body and beyond the physical body into your aura or energy body. So you're now one in that golden light. as you feel that connection of your entire body, ask your body now to show you what it wants to experience more of right now in your life as you move forward beyond any limitations. What does your body want to experience more of? Your body may communicate with you through feeling, so you may not have an image or a word, or you may simply feel a sense of opening or desire or craving for something more. So no matter how your body communicates with you, know that your body is communicating with you, and invite that relationship to continue and go deeper throughout your day, throughout your week, and especially towards the end of this year, we'll begin to go beyond the shame that you've been born into or any other limitations and conditions that our society is currently moving beyond or aiming to grow beyond. So to finish this connection with your body, knowing that the connection will continue as you build that relationship, you can ask your body to make that relationship with you clear. So during your day and life, your body will be able to more clearly communicate to you when it needs your attention and your affection or awareness of what it needs in order to help you go beyond any limitations or truly be happy. So you've asked for that connection to continue. And then finally, for any situations where you may have felt your body was neglected, ignored, even violated, abandoned, or perhaps just not recognized, just ask your body to know that you are here, ready. If you need to say sorry, then do so. But your body is always waiting for you, just waiting for you to listen and pay attention. You may not need to say sorry. In fact, you may simply need to celebrate that you have this connection with your body. So if there's anything that you wish to say to your body right now for anything that has happened in the past in your relationship to your body, then take a moment to tell your body how you were sorry or you wish to just move on to a better way of relating to your body now, and you're claiming that. Tell your body what you wish to claim or release now. So feel that connection to your body, even if there is a sense of any feelings that you're not connected, you are connected just by making this conversation with your body. Honor the connection and give thanks that you have taken the time today to make that connection to your body. And with your breath, breathe into your entire physical body and being and release the energy all the way down the body into the feet. and the earth. So I welcome your new energy body that's coming, and it's beyond anything, including shame. I'm Angela Ambrosia, and stay tuned. We're going to go deeper into shame-free love and the new energy body. Have a blessed week.